Hey, how are you doing? Hello, good evening.
No, not too bad. Okay. You.
How's it going? I can hear you well. I don't know what happens with your microphone.
Wait, please.
Se escucha muy bajito. I think you're having trouble with your microphone.
Is there here? Moment? Do you listen?
Yes,
From
yes,
here? Okay.
but it is still a little bit lower.
It's at 70, 60, 60% of the volumen in English.
Volume.
Volume. Okay.
Okay. How was it going? ¿Cómo les fue con esto? Cuéntenme. The listening part.
Mm, I listened many times. So I think I suppose this is the answers. Okay.
Okay,
I don't know if
let's
I'm
compare
right.
the answers. Here you are, the
Okay.
answers, okay?
Okay. Please help me. 1,000.
The first one is 6,000. You could write either 6,000 in words or in numbers, 6,000 or 6,000 as well. The number and the words.
All are correct.
All of them.
All of them.
Okay, number two is factories.
It's
That was
I
correct.
understand that first. After that, I understand that. Okay.
Yes. The rest of the guys, we are comparing the answers on page number
Okay.
17, please.
What is, excuse me, these words in the number for side dishes. So I don't, I enter this, I other thing, but it's another. Okay.
Side dishes.
The side dishes.
Side dishes is like, how could I say in Spanish, como la guarnición.
Is
It's
food
about food.
for
Yes.
me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Understand another thing. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, number five is hotter. Hotter.
Yeah. I think it's spicy food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number six is
Famous.
famous. Let me
Okay.
see, who is this? Okay.
Eh,
Hello, hello, guys. We're working on page number 17. We're comparing the answers of the listening exercise that I sent you as a homework. Okay, number eight. Number seven is technology. Number eight is California.
yeah. Yes.
Number nine is high score. And number 10 is jazz. Jazz music.
Okay.
How many answers did you get out of 10?
Okay. Six, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Six.
7.
6 out of 10. It's okay. The
Okay.
majority of them.
Okay. But no, not to work, but no, more or less. But I listened in 10 times, I think, to understand something.
10 times. Okay. But don't worry, because you have to practice. Don't worry. At the
Sure.
beginning, it doesn't matter, okay? So don't worry about that. The important is that here you have to practice right now, because in the real time exam, you are not going to have any choice, okay? And what about you? How is here? Who is here? Valeria, how many correct answers did you get out of 10?
Sorry, I didn't exercise.
Okay, so you have to practice, okay? This is on the page number 17, okay? In the Google Drive folder, you can find all of the audios in the student's book, okay? We're going to work today on reading in use of English part 6. It is all about reading, okay? In this part, This is the exercise. On page number 18 we are now. You are going to read a text, okay? But six sentences have been removed from the article, from the text. And what you have to do is to choose from sentences A to G, the one which best fits every single gap. And there is one extra sentence that you don't have to use, okay? You don't need to use only one sentence. This is how it looks like, the exercise. Okay? In this box, you have to write the letter of the phrase of the sentence that is missing. And here you are. Letter A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And remember, there is one extra sentence that you don't have to use. Okay? It is not necessary to use only one sentence. So please, guys, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes so that you can read very, very carefully. And you have to write the letter in every single paragraph, okay?
Okay.
Please do it. If you have any question, let me know. Did you finish, guys? Are you there?
Yes, I not finished it, please.
Okay, one more minute.
Okay.
Okay, guys, did you finish reading?
Okay.
Yes or
Okay.
not? Yes, we're going to
Yes.
compare the answers. Let me see. Here it is. The paragraph number 1 is the letter D. Did you get it right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, next is letter A.
Yes.
Okay, try to be honest, okay? Letter G.
Yes.
Number 4 is letter C.
No.
No, okay. Number 5 is letter F.
No.
Number 6 is letter E.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me, how many correct answers did you get out of 6?
4.
4. Great. What about you, Sandra and Valeria?
To be honest, I read before, so my answers are correct, but I read before, okay, in the afternoon.
4. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. What about you, my dear Valeria?
I only have 3. Sorry.
Don't forget. Don't worry, sorry. Don't worry. We are practicing right now. We are practicing, okay? You are in the process of acquiring the level, okay? So the sentence that is missing, what is the sentence that you don't have to use?
Letter B.
B.
Letter D. Yes, that is letter D, okay? Great, guys. So now we're going to go over the next part, which is about gerunds and infinitives, okay? We're going to look at these sentences in the following extracts, and what you have to do is explain to me, okay? You're going to explain to me why a gerund, an infinitive without to, or an infinitive without to is used in every single sentence. Why? For example, in the first one says, the UK became the first country in the world to recognize parkour as a sport. Why do we use here to recognize the infinitive with to?
¿Qué?
Don't you know?
No, this case.
Okay,
no.
guys, that is
It
why we're
was
going to go over this part. There you are. So pay close attention to this explanation, okay? The gerunds. We use the gerund when as the subject, object, or the complement of a sentence, okay? As the subject, like in this. Reading in the car makes me feel sick. In this case, we have reading as an action, okay? Here is the subject of the sentence, reading. Es la acción, sí, chicos, es la acción. Dice, leer en el carro me hace sentir enfermo, ¿ok? Cuando nosotros hablamos de un verbo como una acción, como el sujeto, siempre va con ing, ¿ok? The gerund. As the object, I find shopping for clothes really boring. Dice, yo encuentro hacer las compras realmente aburrido, ¿ok? As the object of the sentence. And as a complement, my favorite sport is swimming. Or you can say my favorite sport is running. Or my favorite activity is reading. Or my favorite habit is playing the guitar. You see? It's the complement of the sentence. In this case, we use the adjective form, the gerund. The first part. The second part, after prepositions. For example, this is very common. Good at. Good at making, good at playing, good at working. It means that you are really good at doing something, okay? For example, in this case, it says, I'm not very good at making things. No soy muy bueno haciendo cosas. To is the preposition, and you have to use the ing form, okay? For example, I am looking forward to seeing you, okay? Because we have here the preposition to. And every time that you have to use a verb after a preposition, you have to use the ing form.
Okay.
Yes. And after certain verbs, like these ones, okay, you have to internalize to memorize, okay? This is really important because these verbs are really common in the Pizza First exam. All of this: admit, adore, avoid, can't help, can't stand, consider, delay, denied, dislike, enjoy, feel, like, finish, give up, imagine, involve, keep, and don't mind. We have also miss, put off, prevent, regret, resist, risk, and suggest. Okay, this is a phrasal verb, put off. Do you know what it means, put off?
No.
Posponer. Okay, put off. These phrasal verbs appears so many times in the future first exam. Put off. Luego de todos estos verbos, ¿sí? Siempre vamos a utilizar el ing form. I suggested going out, como en el ejemplo, Lee suggested going out, but I feel like staying. By the way, this I feel like, este feel like significa tener ganas de. For example, I feel like going to the cinema, I feel like eating pizza, I feel like running in the park, okay? Feel like. It's a fixed expression.
Yeah.
Then we have after these expressions, okay? These expressions, guys, appear, it is going to be sure that they are going to appear in their beta first exam. They appear always. Have no difficult in this way. Exactly in this way. Have no difficult or have no problems or have no trouble in the preposition in. For example, I have no difficulty in reading a book. I have no problem in going to work. I have no trouble in doing the dishes, okay? With ing form. We also have it is or there is no. Aparece de las dos formas. It is no use o there is no use, que significa es inútil o no vale la pena, ¿sí? It is no use or there is no use. There is no word or there is no point in. And then the verb goes with ing. As in here, if you have trouble getting to sleep, it is no use crying. No vale la pena llorar. It is no use crying. All of these are the uses of the gerunds, the ing form. Now let's move on to part number 1, which is about the infinitive with to. Okay, with to, with the preposition to. And the first one is to use to express purpose. I am learning English to help me get a better job. Para, ¿sí? To express purpose. And after certain adjectives, like in here, difficult, easy, important, lovely, necessary or unnecessary, normal, possible, impossible, unusual or usual, delighted. By the way, what is delighted? Do you know what it means? Delighted.
I don't remember.
Delighted means encantado o encantada. Delighted. Disappointed, happy or unhappy, sad or surprised. Luego de todos estos adjetivos, siempre vamos a utilizar el infinitivo con to, with the preposition to. I was surprised to hear that she had failed the exam. Okay? Number 3. After certain nouns. Luego de ciertos sustantivos. Like this: ability, chance, decision, failure, idea, opportunity, plan, refusal, right, in a way. For example, it was a good idea to come to this restaurant. Okay? Or for example, I have the opportunity to work in this place. Or I have the chance to go outside. Always with the preposition to after these nouns. After certain verbs. Luego de ciertos verbos. Like this. Específicamente estos, chicos. Afford, agree, appear, arrange, choose, decide, demand, deserve, hope, learned, manage, offer, pretend, promise, refused, seem, and threatened. By the way, what is threatened?
Amenazar.
Yes. For example, he offered to see, give me a lift, but I decided to walk. Or he promised not to tell anyone what she had said. Okay? But here is an observation. With some verbs, and when we use a direct object is needed, the ing form. Sorry, the preposition to. Advise, allow, enable, encourage, force, invite, order, persuade, recommend, remind, teach, tell, and warn. For example, my jobs enables me to use my language skills. En algunos necesitamos el object pronoun. Me, you, there, her, his, all of them. And then the preposition to. And with some verbs can be used with or without a direct object. For example, expect, help, need, want, would like, would love, would hate, would prefer. As in this example, I want to go home and I want you to come with me. You see? I want to go home and I want you to come with me. Help can also be used with an infinitive without to. For example, I can say, please help me read this text. Okay? Ahí no usamos el to. Only with help. In number 5, in a place of a relative clause after phrases like the first, the second, etc. Okay? Or the sequence words. The next, the last, the only, plus the noun. For example, Mary Curie was the first woman to win. Fue la primera persona en ganar. ¿Sí? Ahí utilizamos la preposición to. Or you can say, for example, my brother was the next to arrive at home. Mi hermana fue el siguiente en llegar a casa. To. And then we have another uses of the infinitive without to, sin la preposición to. After modal verbs, you can look, you must study, you should work, you should go. ¿Sí? Luego de los verbos modales jamás se añade nada, solo va el verbo en su forma base, ¿ok? Siempre, siempre, siempre. And then we have after the verbs help, let, make, would rather, and had better. Luego de estos verbos no se añade la preposición to. We had better leave, it is late. Or I would rather stay, though. And by the way, what is this expression had better?
No,
We would have, we
No.
would better live.
No, in this case is had. H-A-D, had better. Esta expresión sale mucho en el examen, chicos, y significa had better, será mejor que. For example, yo les digo a ustedes, you had better to study hard. Será mejor que estudien más duro. Or my mother had better to go to the doctor. Será mejor que mi madre vaya al doctor. Had better. Y luego el verbo va sin la preposición to. Had better. Don't forget. Then we have verbs followed by a gerund or infinitive with to. Pueden ser de las dos formas estos verbos, exclusivamente estos verbos. Like, love, hate, prefer are usually followed by the gerund, but infinitive with to is also possible. So it means that you can use without the gerund or with the gerund. For example, I absolutely love going, or I absolutely love to go for long walks in the hills. You can use either the gerund or the preposition to. For example, the infinitive with to is most common after hate for specific situations and after like when it means that you are in the habit of. For example, I hate to interrupt. Yo odio interrumpir. I hate to. Specifically with this verb, hate. But we really must be going. Or we like. I like to have a shower. Okay? When it means, only when it means be in the habit of. Cuando se trata de un hábito. I like to have a shower, or I like to read a book at night. Like in this way. Specifically in this way. Then we have the verbs begin, start, continue, and intend, which can be followed by the gerund or infinitive with to, with no change in meaning. For example, she fell over and started crying. You can say started to cry. You can say I started, or I start doing my homework, or I start to do my homework. It is okay with the verb start, begin, continue, and intend. By the way, what is this verb intend?
Intentar,
No,
¿no?
pretender.
Pretender.
Yes, intend. And then we have another verb like forget, remember, mean, need, stop, and try. These verbs can be followed by the gerund or infinitive with to, but with a change in meaning. Aquí sí cambia el significado. For example, I remember coming here when I was young. It means that it recalls a previous action. Okay? For example, with the verb forget, as gerund, it is not often used for action because you do not recall. Instead of this, you can just not remember. It's just, for example, I don't remember seeing Jim at the party. Yo no recuerdo ver a Jim en la fiesta. Remember and forget más infinitive and the preposition and the particle not. It's just like this. Remember or don't forget to feed the cat later. It is like an imperative, like an order. Remember to feed the cat, or don't forget to feed the cat. Then we have mean plus the gerund, which means involve. Dieting usually means giving up things you enjoy. Or you can use mean plus infinitive, which means intent. I meant to phone the electrician, but I forgot. Okay? And we have this example. This house needs painting, which means that needs to be painted. And it's an active meaning in this sentence. For example, here, I need to get some new shoes. Necesito conseguir nuevos zapatos. Okay? Remember, this structure is only used with these specific verbs. Need, meant, remember, forget, give up, phone, stop. I've stopped smoking, or I have stopped smoking. Okay? It means that you are no longer doing something. I have stopped doing smoking. Yo he parado de fumar. Then we have the verb stop. Let's stop to buy some sweets on the way home. It means that you are going to interrupt one activity to do another one. Then we have the verb try. Plus gerund, which means experiment to see what will happen. Okay? You're going to see what is going to happen. Try resting for a while. You might feel better then. And then we have try plus infinitive, which means attempt to do something. Intentar hacer algo, okay? Alan tried to stop the thief as he ran away. This is only specifically used with these verbs, okay? So keep that in mind, guys. And then we have expressing general preferences, to express general preferences. And it's common to use the quantifier much, prefer, plus the gerund or infinitive. For example, I much prefer playing basketball to watching it. Yo prefiero más jugar básquetbol que verlo. ¿Ok? Pero también tenemos la expresión rather than, que significa exclusivamente lo mismo, ¿sí? Básicamente lo mismo. I much prefer to play basketball rather than watch it. Okay, you can use to, or you can use rather than. But in this case, you can just prefer without to, but we have to use the ing form. I prefer playing, or I prefer to play. Both options are okay. So don't worry about that. And we have this part to express preferences about specific occasions. And we use the modal verb good with the quantifier much, prefer, and the infinitive with to. For example, I would prefer to walk to school today rather than go by bus. Yo prefiero caminar a la escuela hoy a que ir en bus. Rather than. Or you can use like this. The modal verb good plus the quantifier much, rather plus the infinitive without to. For example, I would rather not talk about it at the moment. Or I would much rather do nothing all day than go to school. All options are okay. And this is it about the uses of gerunds and infinitives. Is there any question, guys, until here?
Gerund is like verb ing, but in all of these expressions and
Yes,
infinitives on and all of these expressions.
yes. You have to be careful with all of these uses, okay? Because only these specific verbs are used with the gerund or the infinitive form, okay? Solo los que les acabo de enseñar, chicos.
That's for any time, past, present, and future, or it's only for specific times.
No, it can be in whatever tense, okay? It can be either present simple, past perfect, present perfect. For example, like with the verb start. Si miras que aquí está en pasado, y eso no importa. tenemos que utilizar con ing. Started crying. Yo empecé a llorar. I started crying o I started to cry. Cualquiera de las dos formas es correcta específicamente con el verbo start. I started crying o I started to cry. O I start en presente. I start crying or I start to cry. Específicamente con estos verbos, chicos, ¿ok? Ahora sí vamos de acá. As you can see here, the UK became the first country in the world to recognize parkour as a sport. Es el ejemplo similar al que teníamos.
The first.
Yes, the first woman to become president. ¿Ok? La primera mujer en convertirse. Aquí en este caso la preposición to tiene un significado de en.
En reconocerse.
Específico. Exacto. To recognize, aquí está. The infinitive with to is used in place of a relative clause. After the first country which recognized parkour. And then we have another example. Its participants are capable of leaping to improbable heights. Siempre que tengamos una preposición y luego un verbo, siempre con ing. Of es una preposition. And then we have the ing form. I was a nervous kid who liked playing video games. With the verb like, it is most common to use the ing form. Like playing, like working, like reading. And then we have it seemed to be. Con el verbo seem, siempre to. It seemed to be, it seemed to work. A lot of people who didn't fit in with more conventional stuff. And then we have this one. Mick rented a gym to practice. Purpose, okay? Para propósito. To practice, to work out, to have fun, to dance. Purpose. Parkour can extend its work in schools. As you can see here, can is a modal verb. Con los modal verbs, we use only the verb in the infinitive form, in the base form. There you are. Let's go over the exercise number 3. And that's it for today, okay? And we're going to complete these blanks with these words in the box, okay? Which basically are prepositions, these ones, at, in, of, on, and with. And here you are an example. I don't really enjoy going for walks. Lo del verbo enjoy siempre va con ing. And then we have, I just can't get excited about being. About es una preposición, por lo tanto va con ing form. Now it's your turn to work on this, okay? Number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very quickly, guys, and then we're going to compare the answers, and this is all for today. So do it, please. Start. Una cosa, chicos. Este verbo, este adjetivo excited, siempre va con about. It's a collocation, okay? emocionado por, about. No es excited for, excited about. So don't forget. Okay, chicos, are you done? Did you finish?
Okay.
Yes or not?
Yes, I finished.
There you are the
Yes.
answers. I don't mind. Esa es una collocation, sí, pero I don't mind. No me importaría, no me preocuparía. Listening to jazz. I wouldn't be interested in. Esa ya la vimos, sí. Interested, to be interested in, siempre. Interesado en, in. I absolutely love cooking. Luego del verbo love, va con gerundio, ¿sí? Y esta frase, chicos, es una expresión más avanzada. Fond of. Do you know what it means? Fond of. No.
Me acuerdo. No.
Vamos a
No.
empezar a utilizar esta frase en lugar de I like, ¿ok? I like es muy básico ya. En este nivel vamos a empezar, ¿sí? De aquí en adelante usar fond of, es sinónimo de I like,
Yeah.
pero siempre los verbos con ing porque tenemos la preposición of. I fond of baking cakes, I fond of playing video games, I fond of studying, I'm fond of reading books, whatever you want, ¿ok? Fond of, sinónimo de I like.
Yeah.
Next, I quite like watching basketball, but I'm not very good at. ¿Ok? Siempre que usted quiera decir que una persona o usted mismo es bueno en, good at. Y luego los verbos con ing. Good at playing, good at cooking, good at reading, good at working, good at running. Next, I much prefer watching. As you can see, after prefer, we use the gerund, the ing form. Because I've never been very keen on.
Sí, no.
Do you know what it means keen on?
Interesado, ¿eh?
Yes. Keen on going to the cinema.
Yeah.
Interesado en, que estás muy interesado en, ¿sí? Y siempre keen on, y luego los verbos siempre con ing, porque tenemos la preposición on. I can stand playing board games with my family, but I never get bored with. Igual collocation. Bored with. Aburrido con. Bored with, siempre. Bored with playing video games on my phone. And this is it, guys. Is there any question about this? Any doubt that you have, or is everything clear, guys?
We have to study hard because there
Yes,
are many
of course, you have to study hard.
to use.
Because getting a V2 certification, it's not only something that any person can reach. So that's why you have to study really hard, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, any other question or observation until here? No?
No? Study.
Okay, guys, this is all for today. Please keep on working on these grammatical structures. You have to internalize, okay? All of them. So you have so much to work on. So thank you guys for being actively participating in this lesson, and we'll see you on Monday. Have a nice weekend, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.